Hello everybody, Duncan Shea here. Welcome to another episode of Dylan's Disney Movie Reviews. Let's talk about a foreign Pixar director named Enrico Casarosa. Born and raised in Genova, Italy, he started his filming career at Blue Sky Studios, where he was a story artist for Ice Age and Robots, the latter of which he was uncredited for. He then moved on to Pixar, where he would be a story artist for a bunch of their features. He would then go on to direct a Pixar short with La Luna, which was even nominated for Best Animated Short at the Academy Awards. 9 years later, Casarosa would go on to make his feature directorial debut, and that's what I'm reviewing this week. Released to Disney Plus on June 18th, 2021, the movie is Luca. Movie opens with two Italian fishermen named Giacomo and Tommaso, voiced by Giacomo Gianniotti and Gino LaMonica, respectively, fishing on the Italian Riviera at nighttime.
Listen, Tommaso, do we really need to fish near the island?
Hey, you worry too much.
I don't know. What if the old stories are true?
Oh, come on, Giacomo. You really believe in sea monsters?
Too many strange things have been seen in these waters.
They're all just stories, told tales to keep us away from a great fishing spot.
But, Tommaso...
They're fine. Non preoccuparti, Giacomo. Ah, that's more like it.
They then reel in the fishing net, and a sea monster takes some things from their boat.
What is that? Oh,
Per mille sardine. You missed. Let's go before it comes back for us.
I told you they were real.
Oh, what a monster. Horrifying.
The next day, a sea monster named Luca Pagano, voiced by Jacob Tremblay, has lost the goldfish he was herding.
Katerina! Wait! Oh, good morning, Mr. Branzino. And also, I'm sorry. Well, how's Mrs. Branzino?
Hi, Luca.
Excuse me, ma'am, have you...
Yes.
Giuseppe, get back here! You want to run off like your buddy Enrico? Well, because I've got news for you. He's either dead or he's out there somewhere, seeing the world. But he's probably dead.
Once he finds them, he continues herding them and soon finds some things from the boat like an alarm clock and a playing card.
Land monsters! Everybody under the rock!
After avoiding being seen by that boat, Luca's called home for lunch by his mom, Daniela, voiced by Maya Rudolph.
They're 2 minutes late. Was there a boat?
Uh,
Huh? Did you hide?
Yes, Mom.
Because if they catch even a glimpse of you, you think they come around to meet new friends? Huh?
No.
Make small talk.
I
No,
don't.
they're here to do murders.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just making sure you know.
Thanks, Mom.
When I was a kid, we'd go weeks without seeing a boat. And let me tell you, they did not have motors. Just a sweaty land monster with a paddle.
While at the table, Luca asks his grandmother, voiced by Sandy Martin, where boats come from.
The land monster town, just above the surface. I beat a guy at cards there once.
Mom, what are you doing?
He's old enough to hear about it.
You've been to the surface and done the change?
No, the end. Shut it down.
I was just curious.
Yeah, well, the curious fish gets caught. We do not talk, think, discuss, contemplate, or go anywhere near the surface. Got it?
Yes, Mom.
Luca then gets back to work and finds some more things from the boat, like a wrench, a glass, and a record player. Suddenly... However, it's just another sea monster named Alberto Scorfano, voiced by Jack Dylan Grazer, who says that he just came for his stuff and takes Luca's shepherd cane, and Luca follows him.
Sir, you forgot your harpoon.
Oh yeah, thanks.
What? What are you doing?
Alberto pulls Luca out of the water with the cane, and he turns human.
No. Help me!
First time?
Of course it is! I'm a good kid!
Hey, relax. Breathe. Well, isn't it great?
No, it's bad, and I'm not supposed to be up here. Good day. Thank you.
The next day, Luca heads back to the surface, and Alberto teaches him how to walk.
To start, stack everything one on top of the other, like a pile of rocks. Great. I mean, fine, whatever. Now, walking is just like swimming, but without fins, or a tail. And also there's no water. Otherwise, it's like the exact same thing. Give it a try. That's not it. Try it again. Oh, try to lead with your head. No, more belly. That's laying on the ground. How about this? Just take a step without even thinking about it. No. Don't think about it.
I don't know how to not think about something.
Okay. Watch. Point your feet to where you want to go, okay? And then you just catch yourself before you fall. Yeah, that's right. Good. Yes.
I'm getting it.
Not bad, kid.
Alberto then takes Luca to his place, where he sees a poster of a man riding a Vespa.
What's that?
Oh, it's just the greatest thing that humans ever made. The Vespa.
Whoa.
You just sit on it, and it takes you anywhere you want to go. In the whole stinking world.
Vespa is freedom.
So Luca and Alberto build their own Vespa out of stuff that Alberto found. Once it's finished, Luca goes home, and his mother asks him where he was.
I sent him to look for sea cucumbers.
Right. Sorry, Grandma. I couldn't find him.
Mom, his life is maybe a little more important than your snacks.
The next day, Luca visits Alberto as he's about to ride the Vespa they made yesterday and asks him if he would like to ride it.
Oh, well, thank you, but no thank you. I mean, I just think maybe I would die.
Okay, I'll ride it. You hold the ramp.
So Luca holds the ramp, and as Alberto rides the Vespa down the hill, it breaks apart and he lands in the water.
He's dead. I killed him. Wait, that was good?
Did you see the height I got? Hey, nice ramping. Come on, let's build another one.
During the next few days, Luca spends time with Alberto on the surface instead of herding the goatfish, which his parents soon find out. One day, they build another Vespa, and Luca's nervous to ride it. Alberto tells him that he has a Bruno in his head.
A Bruno.
Yeah, I get one too sometimes. Alberto, you can't. Alberto, you're gonna die. Alberto, don't put that in your mouth. Luca, it's simple. Don't listen to stupid Bruno.
Why is his name Bruno?
I don't care. It doesn't matter. Call him whatever you want. Shut him up. Say, Silenzio Bruno.
Silencio Bruno.
Louder. Silenzio Bruno.
Silencio Bruno.
Silencio Bruno.
Silencio Bruno.
Can you still hear him?
Nope, just you.
Good. Now hang on.
Alberto and Luca then ride down the hill on the Vespa.
Silencio Bruno, Silencio Bruno, Silencio Bruno, Silencio Bruno.
Later on the roof of Alberto's place, Luca sees a town and asks Alberto if he's ever been there.
No. But my dad told me all about it, so I'm pretty much an expert.
Your dad sounds so cool. You're lucky he lets you do what you want.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, you remember that time we almost hit that rock? And we flew through the air and I was like, yeah! And then you were like, no!
Wouldn't it be amazing to have a real Vespa?
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah.
Luca then dreams about riding a real Vespa with Alberto.
Oh, Luca, look!
Whoa! Wild Vespa!
Luca, take over! Yeah, man! Come on, faster!
I'm doing it, Alberto! I'm doing it! Alberto? Oh.
He then wakes up and goes home, where his parents aren't happy with him for going up to the surface. He then meets his uncle Ugo, voiced by Sacha Baron Cohen.
Hello, Luca. It's nice to meet you.
Luca, I need you to punch his heart. That's right, the red thing. Punch it. Harder!
Thanks for that. Too much oxygen up here, not like the deep, as you'll learn.
What?
Sure, there's no sunlight, but there's nothing to see anyway. Although, it's just you and your thoughts. And all the whale carcass you can eat. Little bits of it just float into your mouth. You can't stop it. You can't see it. So if the mouth open, the whale carcass go in. Yeah, it's good. I recommend it.
Daniela explains to Luca that he'll be spending the rest of the season with Ugo, which Luca's not happy about. Later, Luca returns to Alberto's place on the surface and tells him about this. So Alberto suggests that they go to the town in the distance where they could maybe get a real Vespa.
A real Vespa? Could we even survive over there?
You and me, we can do anything. We'd swim right over to Vespa Town, track down Senor Vespa.
Wait, do you really think there's a Senor Vespa?
Makes sense, right?
Yes, continue.
And we say, Senor Vespa, build us one of these.
Whoa, this is the greatest drawing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know. Luca, think about it. Every day we'll ride someplace new, and every night we'll sleep under the fish. No one to tell us what to do, just you and me out there. free.
So Luca and Alberto go to the town, which is called Porto Rosso, and make their way through it.
Classic human town. Pretty cool, right? Hey, you do it now. Just say the thing.
Madams, what's wrong with you, stupido? Maybe I said it wrong? Wow. Alberto, this is too dangerous. Let's get out of here.
And go where?
Suddenly, somebody rides into town on a Vespa, and that somebody happens to be Ercole Visconti, a neighborhood jerk voiced by Saverio Raimondo. And he meets Luca and Alberto.
I am Ercole Visconti, 5-time winner of the Porto Rosso Cup.
The Porto Rosso what?
The Porto Rosso Cup. Per 1000 sardine, how do you think I paid for my beautiful Vespa? Hey, stop looking. She's too beautiful for you. I love it. The little guy can't even get a word out. Ooh, and it smells like behind the pisceria.
Hey, my friend smells amazing.
Sorry. I'll make it up to him. Chicho, Guido.
What are you doing?
And as Ercole and his cronies start to bully Luca and Alberto, a girl named Julia Marcovaldo, voiced by Emma Berman, shows up and stops him.
Cierto, your reign of terror is
Coming
coming
to an end. You mean like a year ago, when you quit in the middle of the race? Because you couldn't stop throwing up?
I didn't quit. They made me stop.
I think that is worse. Now, go away. I'm having fun with my new friends.
They're coming with me. Hop on. I could use the extra weight.
Fine, go start a club. For losers!
Luca and Alberto ride with Julia, who explains to them that Ercole is a jerk who always wins the Porto Rosso Cup.
You know, we underdogs have to look out for each other, right?
What's under the dogs?
Underdogs. You know, kids who are different. Dressed weird, or a little sweatier than average. Too much? Too much. So, are you in down for the race? The Porto Rosso Cup? Well, good talk.
Julia then rides off to make some deliveries. Luca and Alberto catch up to her and ask her about the Porto Rosso Cup.
When you race in a cup, what do you get?
Soldi, prize money.
Oh.
Okay.
No, keep going.
Why?
Ask her about the prize money.
But that stuff is useless.
Maybe that becomes a Vespa.
How does that become...
Just ask her.
Fine. Hello again?
Ciao.
Can we turn the money into something else? Something like...
That.
No, but it could get you that.
Luca and Alberto then decide to enter the race and beat Ercole so they can get the prize money.
Every summer, that jerk makes my life miserable. So no one's taking him down unless it's me. Second, this isn't any old race. It's an epic, grueling, traditional Italian triathlon. Swimming, cycling, and eating pasta. So you'd need a teammate.
Well, we'll figure it out. Thanks, human girl.
Hey, wait, Alberto. What if we join her team?
Better idea. Hey, girls,
Santa mozzarella.
congratulations, you're joining our team.
I race alone.
We could be under the dogs too.
Hey, it's okay, Luca. She'd rather do the whole race alone again. Maybe this time she won't throw up as much.
Hang on.
Soon enough, Julia lets them join her, and Luca starts training to ride a bike, which doesn't go very well.
All right, try jumping onto it. No, you gotta show it you're the boss.
Santa mozzarella. Eyes up. Huh? Looking down is what's making you fall.
Whoa, I'm doing it.
So can we be on the team?
Aspetta. Can you dodge obstacles? What if an old lady crosses your path? Can you withstand passive-aggressive verbal assaults? Race a bike, number one, and number two. I was a kid, and your bike is a disgrace.
Later that evening, Julia takes Luca and Alberto to her house for dinner, where they meet her one-armed father, Massimo, who's a fisherman and cook voiced by Marco Sully.
What do you think he kills with those?
Anything that swims. Visto il giornale today.
Ugh, that photo's a fake, Papa. Everyone in Porto Rosso pretends to believe in sea monsters.
Well, I'm not pretending.
Slipped.
Once dinner's ready, Luca and Alberto love the pasta and scarf it down. Julia then asks her dad about the entrance fee for the race.
You know what? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it,
Don't worry about it.
Giulietta.
However, Massimo doesn't want Julia to enter the race again, especially since money's tight. So Julia says she'll work double shift, but Massimo doesn't have enough fish for that, so Luca and Alberto offer to help.
You know fish.
Oh, we know lots of fish.
Can this face lose?
You want to work? I'll put you to work.
Really? Oh, grazie, Papa.
Julia then takes Luca and Alberto to her treehouse where they spend the night. Early the next morning, Luca's parents arrive on the surface.
I still can't believe he would do this. It's not like him.
Just keep your guard up. There's gonna be land monsters everywhere.
Monster! It's me!
You scared the scales off of me!
Jeez, you're strong.
I'm sorry, I'm just a little on edge.
No, I needed that. It really woke me up. Wow, we look horrifying.
Ugh, gross. Come on, let's find our son.
At the Marco Valdo's house, Massimo sends Julia to make the deliveries and takes Luca and Alberto fishing with him.
Hey, this isn't a joyride. Make yourselves useful. Hey, no goofing around back there.
Later, after Julia has finished her deliveries, Luca, Alberto, and Massimo have just caught a boat full of fish. Meanwhile, Luca's parents look for him, and Lorenzo, voiced by Jim Gaffigan, mistakes a random boy for Luca.
Did you really think you could get away with it?
Renzo.
You thought we wouldn't find you? Well, guess
I
what?
don't think-
It's time for us to go home. Well, let that be a lesson to you.
Go. Run before his mother gets here.
It turns out I don't got this.
No, but I do. I'll know my son when I see him. Ah, sharks.
Luca, Alberto, and Julia go to sign up for the race, and then Ercole shows up.
Aren't you a little old, Ercole?
Senora, I'm 16.
You said that last year.
But this year is true. You might want to save your money, ragazzi. This year, Hercules gonna break the record and make it 6 in a row. Oh no, I don't believe it. Spulia, you teamed up with these vagrants?
Ignore him.
Oh, I wish for you that you could. I'm afraid your friends still need to pay the out-of-town weirdo tax.
Hercules takes Julia's money.
Oh, that's it. Come on, Luca.
Hey, the vagrants want to fight. Wow, que bello.
Alberto?
Silenzio, Bruno. Remember, this is for our Vespa.
Stop.
A Vespa? Trash like you can try it, Vespas.
Hercule, you're just afraid we're gonna put an end to your evil empire of injustice.
Got anything new?
Yeah, here's a new one. You look like a
Catfish.
a catfish. Huh?
They're bottom feeders, and they also have 2 sad little whiskers.
Shut up! Listen, Piccoletto, I eat kids like you for breakfast. I dunk them in my chocolata, and yum, finity.
Hercules gives the money to Luca and then leaves with his cronies. Luca, Alberto, and Julia sign up for the race and they start their training with Alberto eating pasta, Luca riding a bike, and Julia swimming. During the latter, Hercules and his cronies come by.
Oh no, it's Hercule! Go, go!
Luca, faster, faster!
Guido! Ciccio, slap Guido. Again, like you mean it.
Ma sei scemo, Hercule!
Where did the other one go? Cosa?
Hercule, che cavolo stavi pensando,
Ma sei matta, Giulia! It is wool! It cannot get wet! Ciccio, make it dry! Subito!
Luca? Alberto? Are you okay?
We're good. Good.
Well, I think that's enough training for today.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
Later, Daniela plays soccer with some kids and knocks them into the fountain to find out if any of them are Luca.
Oh, sorry, I'm not used to legs.
Oh, okay.
Prendila! Get the ball!
Oh, come and get it.
Not our kid, not our kid.
Oh.
E vai!
Let's see Bianca Branzino do that.
Luca then sees his parents and tells Alberto that night. Julia then shows up and she and Luca talk about what they're going to do when they win the race.
Why do you want a Vespa again?
Oh, because it'll be amazing. Every day, me and Alberto are gonna ride someplace new. And every night, we'll sleep under the fish.
The fish.
Good. How about you? What'll you do when you win?
Oh, I'll get up in front of everyone and say, told you I'd win.
Yeah. And then what?
Well, that's it. Look, during school, I live with my mom in Genova. And every summer I come here, and everyone thinks I'm just some weird kid who doesn't belong.
I think I know how you feel.
Right? That's why we gotta win. The town will cheer our names. Hercules' life will be ruined. Sorry. Too much. My mom says sometimes I'm too much.
No way. Not for me.
Julia then takes Luca to her bedroom where she tells Luca about stars and planets. Alberto then shows up and takes Luca to where the Vespa they want is.
Soon you'll be ours, sweet Vespa. Take a look. I thought of every single thing we're gonna need. Also, I added flames.
That's so cool. Oh, and we can bring a telescope too.
Yeah! That shoots lightning.
No. You look through it. Julia says there's an even bigger one at her school. Wait, what if we visit her there?
Why would you want to do that?
It kind of sounds interesting.
The whole reason we're getting a Vespa is to live on our own. We don't need school. We don't need anybody.
Couldn't we just try it? Just for a few days?
Luca, sea monsters can't go to school. What do you think is gonna happen when they see your fish face?
Hercules and his cronies then show up and pick on them.
Something's fishy with you two. I mean, besides the smell. You're hiding something.
Is it that we're smarter than you? I mean, we're not really hiding that. It's just kind of obvious.
You know, people think I'm a nice guy, always joking around. But really, I'm not.
Stop!
Wait your turn, Piccoletto. I want to make myself very clear. This is my town, number one. And number two, I don't want you in it.
I said stop!
Put that down, Piccoletto. You'll hurt yourself.
Let him go!
Go, now, before I change my mind. Nobody wants you here, idioti! Keep running!
During the next few days, Luca, Alberto, and Julia continue their training while Luca's parents continue looking for them by soaking other kids.
Rise and shine. Only 2 days till the race. Espresso.
Hey, don't cheer for him! Ah, a casa!
This is fun!
One day, Luca's seen by his parents and rides away from them during his training. He, Alberto, and Julia then make it to the top of the hill where they see the train that goes to Genova. And Luca asks her if her school accepts anybody.
It costs a little money, but I guess.
Great! Thank you, Julia, for showing us the boring thing that takes us to the terrible place. Now, can we focus on what matters? If we lose this race, we're not going anywhere.
Santa Mozzarella, the downhill.
I know it looks scary, but here's what you need to know.
Alberto then tells Julia to stop bossing Luca around, takes him downhill on the bike, and they land in the water.
She'll see us. Come on.
Luca and Alberto get out of the water and they start arguing. Luca then tells him that he wants to go to school.
That again? We can't go to school.
You're just afraid you can't do it.
I'm not afraid. You're the one who gets afraid.
Shut up.
What happens when she sees you? When anyone sees you?
Julia then comes down and Luca asks her if he and Alberto can go to her school with her.
Santo Pecorino, that's the best idea ever! Yes, of course!
Piacere. Girolamo, trombette.
Alberto then asks Julia if her school would accept sea monsters and reveals to her that he's a sea monster.
Don't hurt us!
See? I knew this would
Sea
happen.
monster!
Did you hear that? This way!
Luca?
Stay back!
There it is! Ragazzi, now!
No!
Ah, idioti! You let it get away! To the boat! Gonna kill a sea monster!
Luca and Julia head back to Julia's house without Alberto. Massimo goes out looking for Alberto, and Luca thinks that he and Julia could still race.
You'll swim, you'll eat, you've done both before,
Luca,
and I'll do the ride. I mean, that's allowed, right?
Luca.
It should be fine.
Luca.
We're still okay.
Luca!
Ah.
Sleeping under the fish, now I get it.
I can explain.
Of all the places for sea monsters to visit, Porto Rosso? Have you seen this town? My father hunts sea monsters. Luca, you have to get out of here.
But I thought we were underdogs.
Do you think I want you to leave? This is the happiest I've... Look, it's just not worth it.
You don't understand.
No, I don't. Risking your life for a Vespa?
My parents were gonna send me away. That's why we did all of this. But it's over now.
Luca then leaves and heads back to Alberto's place where he sees that it's a mess and Alberto's on the roof.
I'm sorry. I never should have done that. I wish I could take it back.
Yeah, whatever. You're sorry. Now just go away.
Luca then sees some marks on the wall and he asks Alberto what they're for, and Alberto says that he's been counting down days since his dad left him.
You were living here alone for that many days?
I just stopped counting after a while. He said I was old enough to be on my own. I just thought that maybe he'd change his mind. Honestly, though, I get it. He's better off without me. You are too.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. You're not like me. You're the good kid. And I'm just the kid that ruins everything.
Silenzio Bruno. That's just a dumb voice in your head. You taught me that. And getting a Vespa? Seeing the world...
Just let it go, okay? Look, you and I should have never been friends in the first place.
Don't say that. Alberto?
Get out of here! I'm not gonna tell you again.
Luca then tells Alberto he's going to win the race, so he heads back to Porto Rosso. The next day, he signs up alone, and the first event is swimming, and Luca wears a diving suit to avoid getting wet.
Oh, this makes me laugh. I guess even your terrible friends don't want to be friends.
Luca, this is a very bad idea!
Hey, vagrant! Can't afford a proper swimsuit?
Signore e signori, the Porto Rosso Cup is about to begin. We know there's been a few sightings lately, but fear not. If any sea monsters show up today, we're ready for them. Swimmers, take your mark.
Once he makes it past the buoy, he eats pasta and then rides off on his bike, but he's trailing behind Ercole. Luca manages to get past Ercole, but when he gets to the top of the hill, it starts raining. Alberto arrives with an umbrella, but then he trips and turns into a sea monster.
Sea monster! Right there! Mamma mia! Chico! Fire pool! Veloce!
Alberto!
No, stop. Just stay there. You're still okay.
Alberto, wait!
Ercole then captures Alberto, but then Luca rushes out in the rain on his bike and grabs him with Ercole following them.
Hey there. Jesus.
Out of the way!
Luca!
You should have left when I told you. Now, I gotta kill some sea monsters!
Julia then pushes Ercole off his bike and they both tumble downhill. Luca and Alberto as sea monsters then help her out.
Thanks, guys.
Giulietta?
Papa,
Ercole then shows up and Massimo says that they've won the race because even though they didn't cross the finish line, the bike did, which counts. And Ercules' cronies betray him and throw him into the fountain.
Oops. Oh, Piccolino.
it's over. The reign of terror. It's finally over!
Luca then reunites with his parents. He, Alberto, and Julia are awarded with the cup, and the townspeople now accept sea monsters except for Ercole. Later, Luca and Alberto get the Vespa they wanted.
Perfect.
Prendete el pesto. Mangiate, mangiate. signora.
Grazie.
Mom, what are you doing here?
I come to town most weekends.
You're not gonna catch me on the house.
What he did today was amazing. But we can't let him stay in this world. Can we?
Some people, they'll never accept him. But some will. And he seems to know how to find the good ones.
Later on the day Julia leaves for school, Alberto gives Luca a train ticket to Genova, which she sold the Vespa for, and Luca's family arrives to see him off to school.
If you promise to write to us every single day and be as safe as possible, and I mean safer than safe, you can go to school.
I can?
It's all arranged, actually. You'd stay with Julia and her mom.
Your friend talked them into it. It wasn't easy.
Luca, do you promise?
Yes! Yes, I promise! Thank you.
Just remember, we are always here for you, okay?
Hey, look me in the eye. You know I love you, right?
I know.
Alberto then tells Luca that he's been invited to stay with Massimo, and he accepted.
I think he needs me. You know?
I can't do it without you.
But you're never without me. The next time that you jump off a cliff or tell Bruno to quit bothering you, that's me.
But how am I gonna know you're okay?
You got me off the island, Luca. I'm okay.
Luca then says bye to Alberto and leaves on the train with Julia. And that was Luca. What are my thoughts on it? It's totally awesome! The movie was released to Disney Plus in the United States, but released theatrically in countries without Disney Plus. From the countries it was released theatrically in, it made a total of $51.1 million at the box office and got great reviews from critics. Now let's move on to the production of the film. The film is inspired by director Enrico Casarosa's own life, where he was born and grew up in Genova, Italy, on the Italian Riviera and spent many summers at the beaches by the coast. When he was 11, he met his best friend Alberto, who was an adventurous person, while Enrico was a shy troublemaker with a different life, and Alberto would help him come out of his comfort zone. To get ready to make the movie, a bunch of the crew members went on a research trip to the Italian Riviera, where they took many pictures of the places, people, and landscapes, and got inspired by the Cinque Terre, which is 5 little towns in North Italy. The town in the movie was named Porto Rosso. Disney made a copyright document because the name sounds like the title of the Studio Ghibli film Porco Rosso. During the trip, art director Diana Marsiglis noticed that they were looked at by curious onlookers and decided to have that in the design of the characters. When designing Luca, they spent a year on him in order to get to know him. A clay model of sea monster Luca was even made to help with the design. For his sea monster form, Enrico didn't want him to be creepy, so with the help of some concept art and Enrico's love for animes, such as the Castle of Cagliostro and Future Boy Conan, the designs turned into 2D concept art, which would be made into 3D cartoons. When creating the sea monsters, they came from Italian myths and regional folklore, one of them being the Tolero octopus and sea dragon legends. When creating how they would transform from sea monsters to humans, that was a big challenge. So a painter from the art department animated a GIF that would show how it works. From there, they would place scales on a flat surface and then a cylinder which would represent Luca's arm. It would then be given to the character artists, and Seth Freeman would make an avatar which could do the transformations. When making boats for the movie, the crew visited an old shipmaker named Pietro at his house where he showed them many tools which were used for making ships. For the cast, the part was done during the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and Jack Dylan Grazer, the voice of Alberto, had to record his lines in his mother's closet and scared his neighbor with all the screaming he did. As for Jacob Tremblay, the voice of Luca, he started before the pandemic hit and began recording his lines in the San Francisco studio. Then when the pandemic hit, he finished recording his lines in a studio in his hometown of Vancouver. As for Emma Berman, the voice of Julia, she was able to record in a studio as well. And now it's time for me to give my opinion on the film. In the end, for being Enrico Casarosa's feature directorial debut, Luca is truly awesome. I give it 4.5 stars out of 5. Well, that's it for Luca. Be sure to join next week when I'll be reviewing the film adaptations of the shows about two twin brothers played by Dylan and Cole Sprouse. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to tell your friends about me, leave some questions in the comments below, subscribe, and hit that like button.
Strade piene, la folla in